Luigi Mangione is accused of murder. So why are millions of women making thirst traps about him? Why has he gained 300,000 new followers? And why are people calling him a folk hero? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most bizarre and controversial phenomena I've ever covered. Because what's happening right now with Luigi Mangione isn't just a true crime story. It's a cultural moment that says something deeply unsettling about our society. If you're new here, this is a true crime channel where we don't just cover the cases. We analyze the psychology, the media circus, and the uncomfortable truths nobody wants to talk about. And trust me, this case has all of that. Before we get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because this case is developing rapidly with new court hearings happening right now. So let's talk about Luigi Mangione and why the internet can't stop obsessing over him. First, let's establish the facts. Luigi Mangione is a 26-year-old Ivy League graduate from a prominent Maryland family. He attended the University of Pennsylvania, worked in tech, and by all accounts seemed to have a bright future ahead of him. But on December 4th, 2024, everything changed. Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, was shot and killed outside a Manhattan hotel in what prosecutors are calling a targeted assassination. 5 days later, on December 9th, Luigi Mangione was arrested at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, after an employee recognized him from wanted posters. He's now facing serious charges, including first-degree murder and murder as an act of terrorism in New York. If convicted, he could face life in prison without parole. This should be a straightforward murder case, a tragedy, a family mourning their loss. But that's not what happened on the internet. Within hours of his arrest, something unprecedented started happening. His social media accounts, which had been relatively quiet, exploded. His Instagram followers jumped from around 1,300 to over 74,000 in just 3 hours. On X, formerly Twitter, he gained nearly 300,000 followers almost overnight. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was what people were posting. TikTok became flooded with what people are calling Luigi thirst traps. Edited videos of his photos set to romantic music. His mugshot, which shows him with perfectly groomed eyebrows and a striking jawline, went absolutely viral. People started calling him attractive, handsome, even a cultural icon. Hashtags like Free Luigi and Team Luigi started trending across multiple platforms. Fan art appeared, and I'm not talking simple sketches, we're talking anime-style illustrations, elaborate digital paintings, even handmade scrapbooks that fans claim they want to send him in prison. On Red Note, which was essentially Chinese TikTok, he's achieved what some are calling cult status, with users mimicking his preppy Ivy League aesthetic. And it gets stranger. Merchandise started appearing on Amazon, Etsy, and eBay. T-shirts, posters, even coffee mugs with his face on them. The platforms have been scrambling to remove these items, but they keep popping back up. A legal defense fund raised over $130,000 from supporters who want to help pay for his lawyers. Let me be crystal clear here. This is a man accused of murder, a real person with a real family who is grieving. And yet we're seeing this bizarre outpouring of, I don't even know what to call it, admiration, obsession, infatuation? So the question becomes, why? What is happening here? Now, the easy answer would be to say, well, he's attractive and people are shallow. And look, his appearance is definitely part of this equation. But if it were only about looks, we wouldn't see this level of support. Plenty of people get arrested every year and don't become internet sensations. There's something deeper going on here, and it involves 3 psychological factors converging at the same time. Factor 1, the Robin Hood effect. Brian Thompson was the CEO of United Healthcare, one of the largest health insurance companies in America. And let's be honest, insurance companies, especially health insurance companies, are not popular right now. Millions of Americans have stories about denied claims, impossible medical bills, or fighting with insurance companies while dealing with serious illnesses. There's a massive well of frustration and anger towards the healthcare system in this country. Some people see Luigi Mangione as someone who took action against the system they feel is broken. They're projecting their own anger and frustration onto him, turning him into a symbol of resistance against corporate greed. This doesn't make what he's accused of doing right, but it explains why some people are treating him like a folk hero rather than a suspect in a murder case. Factor 2. The anti-hero complex. We live in an era obsessed with anti-heroes. Our most popular TV shows and movies feature morally gray protagonists who do bad things for supposedly good reasons. Think Walter White, the Joker, Tyler Durden. Luigi Mangione fits that archetype perfectly in some people's minds. Educated, good-looking, seemingly normal on the surface, but allegedly capable of extreme violence for what he may have believed was a cause. It's fiction bleeding into reality in a really disturbing way. And factor 3, hybrosophilia, attraction to danger. Now we need to talk about something uncomfortable. There's a documented psychological phenomena called hybrosophilia, which is when people, often women, are attracted to people who have committed serious crimes. We'd seen this before. Ted Bundy received love letters in prison. The Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, had fans showing up to his trial. Chris Watts, who murdered his pregnant wife and daughters, receives fan mail. It's a controversial topic, and psychologists have various theories about why it happens. Some suggest it's about wanting to fix or understand someone dangerous. Others point to a fascination with taboo or forbidden attraction. Some researchers believe it's tied to a desire to be special, to be the one person who truly understands the criminal. Whatever the explanation, it's real, and we're watching it play out in real time with Luigi Mangione. Now here's where I need to pump the brakes on this whole thing, because there's a darker side to this story that we can't ignore. First and foremost, a man is dead. Brian Thompson had a family, a wife, children. They're grieving. And regardless of what anyone thinks about health insurance companies or corporate America, he was a human being who was allegedly murdered on a city street. The celebration of Luigi Mangione isn't just insensitive to that family, it's also potentially dangerous for several reasons. It glorifies violence. When we turn accused killers into celebrities or folk heroes, we send a message that violence is an acceptable response to societal problems. It's not. There are legal, democratic ways to fight against corporate injustice. Murder isn't one of them. It could inspire copycats. History has shown us that when killers receive massive media attention and public fascination, it can inspire others who are looking for notoriety or who identify with the perpetrator's supposed cause. And it trivializes the legal process. Luigi Mangione hasn't been convicted yet. He's accused. He deserves a fair trial just like anyone else. But the court of public opinion has already made up its mind in multiple directions, some calling him a hero, others a villain, before evidence has been properly presented in court. And perhaps most concerningly, this whole situation reveals something about our society's relationship with violence, celebrity, and justice that should make us all uncomfortable. We've created a culture where someone accused of murder can gain hundreds of thousands of followers overnight, where the algorithm rewards controversy over compassion, where a tragedy becomes entertainment. So let's bring this back to the actual case, because while the internet obsesses over Luigi Mangione's appearance and creates fan fiction, there's a real legal processing happening. Right now, pre-trial hearings are taking place in Manhattan. The defense is fighting to have certain evidence suppressed. Specifically, they're arguing that items found in Mangione's backpack during his arrest should be excluded because police didn't have a proper warrant. They're also challenging whether statements he made before being read his Miranda rights should be allowed in court. These are serious legal questions that could dramatically impact the prosecution's case. We're talking about potentially excluding crucial evidence, including a notebook that allegedly contains writings about his motivations. Meanwhile, prosecutors are pushing forward with serious charges, including terrorism-related counts that could ensure he never walks free again if convicted.
The trial itself is expected to be a media circus, and given the level of public interest, finding an impartial jury is going to be extremely challenging.
So where does this leave us? The Luigi Mangione phenomenon is a collision of true crime obsession, anti-corporate sentiment, social media algorithms, and some very uncomfortable psychological patterns. It's a reminder that we need to be careful about how we consume true crime content, yes, including videos like this one. These are real cases involving real victims and real consequences. It's okay to be interested in the psychology and the sociology of why cases like this capture our attention. That's literally what this channel is about. But we have to maintain perspective. We have to remember the human cost.
Luigi Mangione is not a fictional character. Brian Thompson is not a plot point. This is real life, and it's messy and complicated and tragic. As this case continues to develop through the legal system, I'll be covering the major developments here on the channel, but I want to do it responsibly, focusing on the facts, the legal process, and the broader implications, not participating in the cult of personality that's formed around this case. What do you think about all of this? Have you seen this phenomenon playing out on your social media feeds? Let me know in the comments, but please keep it respectful. If you found this analysis valuable, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss updates on this case and other true crime stories. And remember, true crime isn't entertainment. It's real life with real consequences. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there.